And welcome back. This is your man Warrior, and this is Daring Droid. Now, to put this things into perspective, this is on my Scissorman account. This was 3 months ago. I had only been playing for 3 months. I have 2 Gear 7s, I have 2 Gear 8s, and 1 Gear 9. My Gear 9 is my Thrawn, which makes sense. General Veers was Gear 8, Stark was Gear 8, Tarkin is 7, and Range Trooper is 7. Now, a lot of people ask, why such an early focus on Imperial Troopers when they're an in-game team? And this was the exact event, the reason why I put them into the pillar system. So if we go back really quick and look at the pillar system, you will notice that I have range on dark side at pillar 1, and then we also have in the guild store Stark, and then we also have on the light side Veers. And so a lot of people said, why? And that was because of the synergy of those three. You can do the R2-D2 event under geared. So it's really, really important for people who don't have all the gear in the world. Now, I did tier up to tier 5, very easy. Tier 6 was difficult, took me 2 attempts, and Gear 7 was difficult, took me 3 attempts. So in 5 total attempts, I was able to complete Tier 6 and Tier 7 and get a 7-star R2-D2. Now keep in mind, again, this was 3 months ago. I did not have very good mods, and I did not even have the character's abilities all completely maxed out. We'll go through each character really quick. I have it on recording, so we're going to play the recording together, and we'll kind of talk through the event and why. But really quick, Stark is the leader, and the reason for that is for all the synergy with the Imperial Troopers. Stark is there because he is just one of the best troopers, and same with Range. Range is actually the reason why I get a 7-star R2-D2 today. Even though he's only Gear 7, he is the reason why, and why he's in my pillar system in Section 1. Remember, Thrawn, I used him early on in ships. He was my capital ship, so that's the reason why I have him Gear 9. And then Tarkin, I have Gear 7 because I used his capital ship for a little bit before I got Grand Admiral Thrawn's. So these are all Empire, and all you need for this Daring Droid event is 5 Empire, and I just think synergy wins out, and I prove that in this event. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to play and pause from time to time. We're going to go ahead and go through the team comp. So this is the team comp that I used and the gear levels. Let's take a quick look at the individuals. So you can see I did crit chance, crit damage. I have no more than 60 to 70 speed on any of these characters. Most of them have plus 40 speed, so I averaged around 60 plus speed on these mods. These are not super mods or god mods. They're not arena mods. They're what I had at the time to place on these. Now keep in mind, I'd only been playing the game for a total of 3 months, so you can imagine the mods I had were just what I had. You can see he is Gear 8, not Gear 9 yet. Gear 8, and he only has a couple pieces in Gear 8, and then he has his abilities maxed out except for his Zeta. I did not obviously have his Zeta. Then we're going to go ahead and move in to the next individual that I used on the team, and that was Grand Admiral Thrawn. And for Grand Admiral Thrawn, I have all of his attacks and abilities completely maxed out. And obviously the reason for that is I used him as a capital ship. I did not do either of his Zeta. I still have yet to do his Zetas. He is Gear 9. He's the highest gear character I have on this entire team. And I have a speed set and 2 randoms, 1 speed arrow and a potency arrow that has some speed on it. He was one that I was able to get plus 80 speed on in this event. But you definitely want to try and get some speed on these guys if possible. Not a lot, though, to be completely honest. Colonel Stark, you'll see I took his abilities up to level 7. I did Omega his scan all wavelengths, as it's a very, very good ability. And if you were going to do an Omega on one of his abilities, it's that one. I don't have his unique, special, or basic Omega or Zeta. And so you can see even without Omegas, you're going to be able to do this. I put a speed set and 2 randoms that had decent speed. Again, I got him almost plus 80 speed. Him and Thrawn were my 2 fastest. Plus 80 speed is actually very easy to get. If you can't get plus plus 80 speed on a character, then you're doing something wrong, because you can get 10 plus 10 speed mods quite often if you're looking for them. That's about all I ever find, but that's what's available. And then after, of course, Colonel Stark, we're going to take a look at Grand Moff Tarkin. He is gear 7, so pretty low gear, and I have a speed set, and it looks like not just a speed set. He had like plus 60 speed on him, and his abilities mostly are level 6. His basic I got to level 7. There are absolutely no Omegas wasted on him for this event, and again, he's only gear 7 with like level 6 abilities for the most part, so not super overpowered. I was one piece away from getting him to gear 8, but I just left him at 7. And Range Trooper is your MVP. You'll notice with Range Trooper, I have him at gear 7. That's it. 3 pieces on gear 7, and his basic is only at level 6. His power and numbers unique is only at level 7, and then Steady's maxed. I did spend Omegas on him. I had enough to do Omegas for 2, so I did the 2 characters I felt like were most, which was Stark, Scan All Wavelengths, and then Steady by Range Trooper. Now I did his. He has lower speed, like plus 40 speed, but I got offense and crit chance because he's my damage dealer. But this guy is truly the MVP. It's why he's in phase 1 for getting R2-D2, and you need R2-D2, of course, for CLS, which will be coming out the same time R2-D2 comes out. So I will do a video on Scissorman on CLS, but this was the team that I took in to get R2-D2 when I had that opportunity 3 months ago. Now, we're going to go in. You're going to watch all my successes and failures. I actually had 5 attempts total, 2 at tier 6, and then 3 at tier 7. So this is tier 6. And you're going to see that basically you want to get rid of the damage dealers first. The most powerful characters on the other side are truly Leia, Han, and R2-D2. R2-D2 is a problem, but they have a tank, Chewbacca. He taunts. And so you can see in this, I get kind of caught behind the taunts. I lose a character. And if you lose a character, you're kind of in trouble. So I retreat. That's my retreat. Now on the second attempt, this is 2 gear 7s, 2 gear 8s, not maxed out abilities, not really that good of mods. I have significantly better mods now, and 1 gear 9. On attempt 2, you'll see I'm able to actually do this. So repeat if you find that you're not enjoying the RNG. But I survived this wave. I'm stuck behind a taunt. I'm going to use a special. And really what is required is Range Trooper really starting to use his special. Once Range Trooper does, things start to go crazy. So we're going to use Scan All Wavelengths. We're going to use a basic because we're ability blocked. We're going to try and put Stagger on. Now we get to use his ability, and all of a sudden everyone has Retribution and bonus protection. That Retribution is huge because they're going to do additional damage every time they get hit, and you need that with low gear characters to make sure they are at least removing some of the health and protection from the opponents. Now, really quick, you'll probably wonder why I'm attacking R2-D2. His burn is a percentage-based thing. It also prevents a lot of bonus turn meter, stuff like that. And R2-D2's burn mechanic just does a lot of damage. So he is a priority. Han Solo is the highest damage priority that we had. So once we took him out, we went for R2-D2. You could fracture whoever, but R2-D2 is really who I chose to fracture in this particular event. Now I need to get Leia and Farm Boy killed, but I have prioritized R2-D2 a little bit more in the damage. And with Retribution, you will see when they hit, when they're not in stealth, they'll get hit back. Again, basic, we'll do the special, boom. Almost dead. We got him out. Now we can go to Leia and Farm Boy. That was 19K. Not bad for the gear level. We're going to use his special again. Bonus protection, Retribution. And if you look, everyone's almost full health and full protection. We're talking about, I mean, literally almost a perfect run. This was my second attempt, 2 gear 7s. This is really, really easy. We kill the tank last. We'll do the special, and Retribution will be how I actually get my tier 7. You'll notice. Now that was for tier 6. That got me my 85 shards to go from 5 stars to 6 stars. They give you the crystals and the credits to level up. And then the last thing you're going to see is my 3 attempts at the tier 7. Now it starts out, goes south real quick a couple times. You'll see when it goes south, you just hit restart and then you restart. I want to show the failures so you can kind of see that, you know, it is true. Sometimes you just get, you know, a bad run. That's kind of the way it works. So it's not the end of the world. I do kind of like the intros that they put on here, as long as you don't have to watch them every single attempt. The attempts get kind of tiring. And this is the team you have to build for CLS, by the way, which I didn't have developed last time, but I do this time. So this first attempt, the burn, obviously really bad. Grand Moff is gear 7. He looks horrible. Stark got stunned. Now range troopers taking damage, and they're full health and protection. So a bit of a problem. We're stuck behind a taunt. So, fracturing the taunted individual or adding protection back to someone. I did Grand Moff Tarkin. I debuffed the team, hoping to stay alive. Obviously still stuck behind the taunt. So here I go fracture, and then I use basic. I still haven't been able to use my ability to get them revved up, and that's kind of the problem. Scan all wavelengths is important. That's one of them, my Omega. And there goes range. When range trooper dies, gear 7, range trooper dies, you have to start over. You can't win with range trooper gone. I do attempt at trying to go because I had killed Han Solo, but you'll see it's not enough. You really need range trooper and his abilities. His unique is amazing. And here my team starts to just completely fall apart. And you can see this is kind of all she wrote. So we'll obviously have to redo, but it's too late. They're just taking turn after turn until my team is dead. So let's go ahead and do a repeat. This will be attempt number 2 that you guys are watching. And really quick, I want to come back here. So he gets mauled before he even gets a turn. One of the things that you'll notice is I did, aside from 7 stars, I did take everybody to level 85. I think that's important to note because there are some abilities that are locked behind level 82. You got to get above that. A lot of people want to know how high. I wasted all my, credits and droid bots specifically for this team when I did this 3 months ago. I do recommend everyone being at least level 82 so you can put on a lot of those, the couple Omegas that I suggested. So here's the next attempt. Again, it's another attempt that goes south real quick. Remember, if the opening salvo kills your team, it's not going to work, so you're just going to have to restart. Range trooper stunned is a problem, especially if he takes a lot of damage. And honestly, this looks terrible. This is just a really, really poor run. Haven't really had a chance. I'm ability blocked. Old Ben is definitely a problem. The good news is, we don't have a taunt right now, so we're not hiding behind taunt, but all the characters are dying out really, really fast. And after that happens, again, just retreat. You want to survive that opening salvo. And as soon as range trooper gets to start going with his special ability, it's over. It just starts to steamroll and you'll see the power of him. So here we go. Here's third attempt. This is the attempt that I actually win. Stark gets stunned. There's literally people in critical mode, and I win. For the record on this one, I win with almost completely full health and protection on 4 of my characters. You'll see that, one of my gear 7s I lose, but that's okay because I don't really need Tarkin in this run, but I get 4 that are basically full health and protection, and it happens because of the Imperial Trooper synergy that I talk about. Now, it looks really, really bad. You guys look at this going, man, I'm not really sure how you're going to, be able to win this, especially with all the burning damage and everything. So we're going to do his special, which was supposed to put stagger on there, and everyone looks really bad, but we're going to fracture so we don't take more damage there. And then we're going to now ramp everyone up. Here we go. People get retribution and they get bonus protection. And we're going to try and take out their damage dealer. So Han Solo, again, Han Solo, the calls to assist are amazing. With retribution, look at all those attacks. That's because of retribution. We'll do a special. They take out my Gear 7 Tarkin, and that's okay. Again, remember the retribution. He hits. We're going to give some protection back. I give it to range trooper so he can do a special. There we go. We got fresh retribution up, and basically this is all she wrote. As soon as R2's down, we're going to go for Leia and Farm Boy. There's 18k on the hit, 9k on the hit. We're ramping everyone up, and here we go. It's pretty easy now. Everyone's going to take bonus turrets. They're, getting back bonus protection. They've got retribution. We're going to, since he's fractured, go after Chewbacca, and you'll look almost completely full health and protection with retribution, tons of bonuses. Man, I tell you what, the Imperial Troopers are the way to go. I love them. Range Trooper was key. His retribution was how we were able to do such significant damage. So good. They give you more crystals, the 7-star, and the 1 million. So this is how I did it using my pillar system. I had those characters early on, and 3 months ago, I was able to get my R2-D2 with very minimalistic characters. 2 gear 7, 2 gear 8, 1 gear 9. 2 of them have their abilities Omega. 2 of them don't have hardly anything except for 1 Omega apiece. They each had 1 Omega character. A couple of them, Range and Tarkin, only had 1 Omega and actually had most of their abilities not even maxed out yet, and they were only at gear 7. So it's totally and completely doable as long as you have the right kill order and as long as you're using the right characters. Now, I'm telling you, Range Trooper is the key to doing this under geared, and that's my strategy, is to teach everyone how to do it with the most minimalistic gear. The Empire, you will eventually use, but you can kind of put them on hold and then go do other things and then come back. This is a really, really great team eventually for both offense and defense in PvP, such as Grand Arena Territory Wars. Well, that's all I have for you today. I will be doing Luke because I got obviously 7-star last time, and so now CLS is around and I've got those characters. 7-star gear 9, which was a happy landing place for them. I'll put decent mods on them and I'll make a video about that as well. As always, if you have any questions about the event, leave them in the comments down below and keep your gaming on. Warrior out.